Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Miami at the Exchange ETF conference. Joining me for this segment, we have my colleague, Cameron Lilja. He's the head of Global Index Product and Operation. It is great to have you with us, Cameron. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me.
And Nasdaq has created market-leading indexes for over 50 years. What trends do you see now and into the future?
So I think starting about 10 years ago, we saw the boom of smart beta. And that was kind of your factor-based approach to passive investing and indexing. That kind of moved into a boom of thematics, which specifically thematic tech, which was our area of focus. That was all the products that we saw coming to market over the last 5 years. 2022 was a little challenging for that. You kind of saw the return of real interest rates and kind of a mix back into factor-based investing. Also coupled with the ESG trends that we're seeing in the marketplace, there's not necessarily a common thread in terms of how that's going to be approached, but I think the combination of factor-based, ESG, and the mix of other alternative asset classes into some sort of indexing basket in the passive space is what we're seeing.
So at Exchange, there are a number of asset managers and issuers. As an index provider, can you share some ways that you work with asset managers and issuers?
Certainly. Well, first of all, this is the greatest place to meet with them.
It really is.
It really is. And so we pack the 2.5 days that we have here. So it's a good opportunity to catch up on all of the initiatives that we have ongoing and explore some of what we were talking about in terms of trends. You can learn from what's going on at all of these different panels and discussions at the conference. But it's an opportunity to work on the partnership. So we as the index provider view it as exactly that, a partnership. That it's a two-way street. So when we think about building new indexes or bringing them to market, we want to bounce our ideas off of the asset managers, off of the fund issuers, and then hear what they have to say back in return. So we're not going to go launch an index that no one really cares about. We want to get the intelligence down here of what we think the direction is for the markets and be here as a leading index provider for them.
How does the index business support the launch of ETF products?
Yeah, so going back to that partnership discussion, it starts really right at the beginning. So we do the testing, we bounce our ideas back and forth off of them, and when we're ready to launch the index, it does not stop there. So obviously we have the day-to-day maintenance that is necessary, so we're in touch with the portfolio management teams for the fund issuer, but it's really the research and getting out and talking about the index that is where we add our value. So we don't want to just be an index provider or just a calculation agent. We want to get out on the road. We want to be able to educate advisors and investors on the index and the corresponding product alongside our issuer clients.
All right, appreciate the insight, Cameron. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me from Miami. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.